Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 5:31 on Thursday, July the 25th. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning. Well, we are seeing some absolutely gorgeous temperatures this morning. The past 2 days and an afternoon have been just splendid, just absolutely gorgeous. Kelly, should we see the same today?
Yes, Will. Good news. We are going to see the same thing today. Just a hair warmer, but we're still going to be feeling pretty refreshing, and we are already this morning. Those temperatures a little bit on the chilly side. Be sure to grab a jacket this morning. Upper 50s to lower 60s for most of us. 61 in Jackson, 59 in London. Good morning to you folks in Williamsburg. You are at 55 degrees this morning. A little bit of fog as well, especially into the Cumberland Valley region, and a little bit of reduced visibility in Prestonsburg as well. So be careful on the roads this morning. And your coffee meter, we're going to give it a normal day. You're going to want that warm coffee though, but it's Thursday. We're almost at the end of the week, so I think a normal day should suffice. And I'll have that full forecast in just a little bit, Will.
All righty, Kelly. Thank you, ma'am. Well, a Little League in Knott County wrapped up their final game last night, but this league is not your typical group of players. Our Connor James went out to the ballpark to learn more.
There's just something about baseball. The sounds, the energy, the sheer fun. It's all those things that just make us feel normal.
Yeah, I kind of found it, I guess you'd say so.
And that's exactly what this league is doing.
If they're more than capable to be able to hit a fast pitch, we'll throw a pitch to them, and we kind of just go with it.
This league in Knott County is for kids with special needs, an issue heavy on the heart of Joshua Huff. You see, his son Zaid has Angelman syndrome.
Me and my wife have talked many different times about how that we would love to see some them be able to participate in baseball.
He wasn't alone in this feeling.
The doctors always told us that he would never be able to play sports.
Stephanie Hall's son Skylar has Stickler syndrome, meaning Skylar will lose some of his senses. His vision's already going. But this...
He can experience what other 9-year-old little boys do, you know.
Lets him just experience life and also kind of dominate the field. Now that's him just hitting a single. He's not one to brag, but...
Tell him about your 2 home runs.
2 home runs.
It really is just a chance to wind up a pitch and unwind on the field.
The kids, they have fun, but the parents, I think they have more fun too.
It's no greater feeling than to be able to hear the laughs and the smiles of these kids.
In Knott County, Connor James, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, 23 kids currently play. The teams hope to continue and grow next year. No one in the league pays for anything. It is all sponsored. Well, a walking trail in Manchester will soon be getting some upgrades, allowing for greater accessibility. The city of Manchester received a nearly $225,000 grant to make changes to an existing trail. The trail that runs along Goose Creek River will be blacktopped. That allows more people to use the trail in different ways.
This will allow for handicap accessible, make it easier for people to travel that are in wheelchairs. So if they wish so, it's here.
The grant also allows for proper drainage, benches, and trash receptacles. Officials say they hope to begin construction in September. The trail will be closed during construction. Well, many school districts across the region have been working to serve students high-quality meals at a low cost. For several years, the Pike County School District offered meals to its students free of charge. WYMT's Buddy Forbes talked with the superintendent of schools, who says the program will continue this upcoming school year.
School lunchrooms are a place for socializing and sustenance.
Our students, they've eaten pretty well in our lunchrooms.
In Pike County, students are able to participate free of charge.
Over the last few years, we've been blessed with the opportunity to offer for our students a free lunch program. All students in Pike County eat lunch for free.
Superintendent Reed Adkins says the free meals program is made possible through state funding because of a need that is present across the county.
In our area right now, we have a very high free and reduced rate anyway. We're over 75% free and reduced in Pike County. So we've been blessed to offer free lunch to all students.
Adkins says the free lunch during school is only part of the district's work to keep its students nourished.
We also have offered a summer meals program where we fed students through the summer. We also fed students through Vacation Bible School. So we've done a lot of things to try to help make sure our children are fed properly.
caring for the kids inside and outside of the school to keep them safe and focused on success. In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Atkins says the district is blessed to be able to continue the programs during the upcoming school year. Well, textbooks, notebooks, a pencil box, just some of the things that may be inside your child's backpack as we approach the new school year. But carrying all that weight can actually hurt them. Here is Mandy Gaither with ways to keep your child pain-free.
It's not a problem one expects in youth.
It's remarkable the amount of children who I see in my practice for back pain.
Loaded backpacks don't help. In fact, at the beginning of every school year, there's an uptick in young patients who come to see orthopedic surgeon Dr. Nicholas Fletcher at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. The first thing he says can help, make sure your child uses both straps.
If he even starts walking, this is going to fall off. And in order to prevent it from falling off, he's going to have to lean a lot to his left to sort of hold that in place. And so that's why it's so important that you have both straps on. Let me see your arm, buddy. Good. And then he's evenly weighted again.
How the bag is packed can also cause pain. Fletcher says children should carry no more than 10 or 20% of their body weight. Heaviest things like books should be closest to the back. Lighter items like notebooks or a pencil box go up front.
So if you look here, the bottom of the bag is right at the waist level. You don't want it sagging down. Again, you don't want it too high up because it's going to pitch him forward a little bit more. But when you look at him carrying it from the side, his head's nicely above his pelvis and his waist.
Fletcher says parents should also go through backpacks to make sure they're not being overloaded. I'm Mandy Gaither reporting.
Now, if you have a car seat in your vehicle, have you checked lately to see if it's installed properly? London Fire and Police Departments teamed up yesterday to offer free car seat checks to anyone who may be unsure. Highway safety officials were also giving away new car seats to anyone whose car seat was not appropriate for their child. Karen Dowdy was at the event and was surprised to find out her car seat was not up to standard.
I'm overwhelmed that, that they're giving me a new car seat. Was not even aware that my car seat was out of date. I had bought it, just for my grandkids and hadn't really paid any attention to the date on it.
If you could not get to the London Fire Department yesterday, they will check your seat any other day. Just make sure to call and make an appointment beforehand. Well, 4 organizations in Letcher County are seeing the benefits of using solar energy for power. WYMT's Katie Cook talked with one executive of a nonprofit to learn more about the project.
Homes Incorporated helps provide people with affordable housing.
We're a nonprofit, but we want to be here in 10 or 15 years, so we need to be smart about how we spend our money.
With energy costs on the rise, the organization took a step to help themselves by installing a new form of energy.
Some of the members in their community center, arts and culture center, and a fire company were really interested in seeing, how can would solar be a solution?
And it was. So far, the decision to install solar panels has greatly paid off.
And I was very pleasantly surprised to get our first bill.
Until Home Inc. went solar, the organization was paying roughly $1,400 per month for energy use. Last month's bill was about $396. That's nearly $1,000 in savings.
When we penciled it out and saw that we could, in 9.5 years, save $70,000, the cost of the install, it was a no-brainer for us.
Once the panels arrived, it only took 8 days for them to be installed.
The Homes Incorporated crew also did the installation of the solar panel under the tutelage and oversight of Wilderness Trace Solar out of Danville.
A solution projected to save the organization thousands on energy bills in the upcoming years, so they can continue helping those in need. In Whitesburg, Katie Cook, WYMT Mountain News.
Apple Shop and Hemp Hill Community Center in Letcher County have also made the switch to using solar energy. Well, Prestonsburg officials are already gearing up for a fun weekend. The 4th annual Brothers Keepers Burn Run Festival begins tomorrow. Yesterday, volunteers set up tents in the stage area. The organization raises money for a summer camp created specifically for burn victims in the Shriners Children's Hospital. Organizer Richie Schoolcraft says each year they add more and more unique events.
We have the wrestling over on the tennis courts, live music. I'm sure there's things I'm forgetting, because we have got something to do for everybody.
There will also be 2 motorcycle rides, a car show, inflatables, and vendors. The festival begins tomorrow at 4 and continues into Saturday. Well, for more than a year, manufacturing issues have reduced the supply of the widely prescribed EpiPen, which injects a life-saving dose of epinephrine into a patient going through anaphylactic shock. Many are now turning to alternative solutions. Avi-Q, a recently available substitute for the hard-to-locate EpiPen, became available at a Walgreens last month. The Novartis is releasing another auto-injector, the Simjeppi. But for now, the EpiPen remains the industry standard, and many parents worry about the potential consequences of the shortage.
That was very scary, just to have your child not be able to get the medicine that they need to help them live.
Mylan, the distributor of EpiPen, encourages patients to contact its customer relations line if they are having trouble locating the medicine. Later, a protest in Hawaii over construction of a new telescope continues, now with some added star power.
Well, if you enjoyed yesterday's weather, well then I've got some good news for you. I'll have the details on when we will see our next rain chances though coming up next.